the Staccato CS. Back with another video with Guns Galore, and today we're gonna be reviewing the Staccato CS. With that being said, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, show love to the channel, show love to the page. If y'all been participating on the page, you can see the copper drop videos I'll be putting up, send the guns in, and I'll just give a quick review. But with that being said, let's get straight to the video. All right, some things to know about this gun. It has a manual safety on it, and it has a grip safety on it. Not really my style, but this will be my first shots with shooting this gun. We're not gonna do any like drills just yet. We're just gonna like up twos almost and just practice on that for a little bit before we go into different type of drills. Now it's a little bit snappier than I would think, but obviously it's a smaller handgun, so we can get more practice with it, get more rounds down range, and it should even out in the back end. But we're just gonna do some more drills. We're gonna do up twos now for time, just a little bit, and see what I can get into. First shot came out at 108, 2.86. So I'm trying to manipulate the safety outside the draw. Now I don't have a holster here with me, but I'm trying to actually use it how it was made with the manual safety. So I'm running it with the safety on and then coming up and flicking the safety off. So that's how I'm gonna do these drills. Now the shots I just did weren't too great. I might put them on there, but we're not gonna overdo it. We're not gonna sit here and practice our aim for, you know, a whole bunch of reps because this isn't my gun. You know what I'm saying? If this was, I'll train with it, but it's not. Now we're gonna do like a little drill. I'm just gonna do it. I don't feel like telling you what it is. Again. I don't know about y'all, but I'm hot as fuck. But drills. Just did some drills. Now I'm gonna do some transitions near far. Just see how I do. One thing to note that the Staccato gets super hot very fast. I know it's hot outside, but like I've been shooting my Glock. It's just like hasn't been getting that hot either. So I will say, for me personally, the Glock, comparing it just to the Glock for a quick second, the Glock is a little bit heavier in my opinion. I don't know if it is like, I don't know, Glock is a little bit front heavier, so the recoil management is a little bit easier to mitigate. Now with the Staccato, it's so much snappier. And I'm gonna do a quick video on that later, comparing the Glock to the Staccato, just to compare the two. But I'm starting to get the hang of it, the Staccato. I'm aiming a little low with it. So more practice, more rounds down range, and I definitely get a hang of it. Let's keep going to the video. I didn't load the necessary amount of rounds, but there was a bill drill, 6 seconds. All right, just a quick note on the Staccato. Got a lot of drills done, got a lot of practice in. Maybe put 500 rounds with the Staccato. Off camera, CS is a great gun. We're gonna bounce back over to the crib, get a more in-depth view on it. Not gonna make this video too long. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of shooting goes on behind the closed camera or the camera being off, but just wanted to be informative and a little fun, a little bit entertaining. So, that being said, let's kick it to In the Crib, Guns Galore. Peace. We're back home, boys, and we just had a range day. As you can see, we shot 500 rounds through this Staccato CS, and now we're just gonna give a quick review of the gun. So, first starting off in a strong viewpoint of the gun, the price point. Right now, the price point on Staccato 2011 website is sitting at $2,500 before tax, obviously. That comes optic cut and as is right here. No light with two 15-round mags. The definition Staccato offers on the website is the first compact carry gun to deliver the insane accuracy, shootability, and reliability of full-size Staccatos. Now with a wider frame for even more durability, less felt recoil, and a flatter shot. So it's chambered in 9x19. It has 4 to 4.5 pounds of trigger pull, barrel is 3.5 inches, weight 23 ounces, aluminum frame, yada yada yada, whatever. Okay. Let's first start off with the durability. I think it's pretty durable. For $2,500, it better be. But I think you shoot thousands of rounds through this gun, it won't jam. It's gonna be clean. It's gonna look clean. It's gonna run. Shootability. I like the way it shoots, but it took me a little bit longer to get used to the functions of it in order to place more rounds accurately, if that makes sense. So like the Glock, I know certain ways to hold the Glock to shoot better, like my grip, my aim, my yada yada yada. And with other guns, it's a little bit more easier for me to put shots on target more accurately, quicker. This took maybe 200 rounds before I could start finally place shots more accurately. And that's okay. It just took me a little bit more time. Could have been user error, but that's just something of note. The trigger pull, love it though. The trigger pull, I never got trigger free shooting this gun. And that's probably because I'm used to the Glock trigger or whatever. And I might compare the Glock a little bit throughout the video because that's just what I shoot more. Now going into what I had to work on shooting this gun. Me personally, I had to grip up a little bit more on the gun to shoot more accurately. It's a little snappier than I anticipated, because it's not as heavy as what I'm used to shooting. It's a little bit lighter, so of course that recoil management is going to be a little bit more abrupt or snappier. It also is a compact handgun, so it's going to be snappier than full-size handgun that I shot in the past, like the Walter PDP full-size handgun that I shot. Go check that video out if you haven't. Now, going into things I dislike and like about the guns, we're gonna start off with dislikes first, because we're gonna start off with likes first, because let's start on a good note. I like about the gun that the mag release is in a position where I can easily hit it. The mags drop out. The mag is flared just a little bit, so you can get an easier slide in with the mags. The grip safety. I also kind of like the grip safety. It's not that bad. You get used to it after a while. But when getting my grip on the firearm, I know I have a good grip when that grip safety is depressed. So I'm like 50-50 on that one, but I do like it. The grip texture on the pistol grip itself, I like that. If your hands are wet, it's not going to slip. And my hands were wet because I was sweating out there today, if you guys didn't notice. But yeah. The trigger, 4 pounds, 4.5 pounds. I like that. It's great. I like the trigger. It's perfect, phenomenal. Wouldn't change anything about it. Also, I like how black it is. The aesthetic of it. I like the way it looks. It just looks clean. I mean, also it's $2,500, so you are It better look clean, but I like the way it looks. Things I dislike about the firearm. I don't like the manual safety. Never been a fan. You guys know why? For life or death scenarios, me personally, I don't want a manual safety. Now, that being said, I could just run this without the safety, but I don't want to pay for a safety either. I dislike the fact that it's not ported. I feel like for how much you pay for this gun, the slot should be ported to a certain extent. And I don't know the mechanics of the gun, but I feel like for $2,500, you got to give me something more. What else? What else? The irons. I don't really like the irons that much. They're not that great. If I had an optic, I probably wouldn't even be worried about it. But irons aren't that great. But like I said, it also took me a minute to get used to them, so that's probably why. Another thing that I like to say is it is a little light. I'm not gonna say lighter guns are better or heavier guns are better, but I just noticed with compact guns, the more light they are, the more snappier it is. So if it was just a little bit more heavier, then I feel like the recoil management would be easier to control, rather than what it is right now. Now for the question that I always ask myself to answer: would I buy this gun myself? If you guys haven't noticed yet, I make copper drop videos on the channel, mainly on my Instagram page. But another 2011 right here, nice grip, all blackout. I think that's another Trijicon optic. He loves Trijicon, love that. Another Surefire light. I think that's. I put a few on the channel, and looking at this gun, I'd cop this gun. You know, the aesthetic, I love it. The light, I love it. It doesn't have an optic on it, but you know, whatever. Even with the safeties on it, I would cop this gun. I like the way the mag sticks out of the bottom. I like that it's 9mm, double stack, more rounds. Trigger's great. I just like the frame of this gun. Now, would I buy it? No, I don't know. I don't see myself ever buying this gun, any Staccato at all, because of how expensive it is. Me personally, I'd probably buy a Terran tactical handgun over this, just because like they just look cooler in my opinion, and like I'd probably shoot the Terran tactical way more. But yes, for $25, I'm not gonna buy this gun. I like to shoot guns a lot. I don't like guns to sit a lot. I don't even shoot my 300 blackout a lot because the rounds cost so much. So that being said, I'm not gonna buy another weapon or firearm that I'm not gonna shoot a lot because the weapon itself was so expensive. You still have to get a light. You still have to get an optic. You know. So the Staccato CS, great handgun. Love the way it shoots. Love the way it handles. But $2,500 is crazy. With that being said, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Show love to the Instagram page. Show love to the YouTube channel. I got almost 1,000 followers on the page. Almost 500 subscribers on the channel. Send more guns in so we can do more cover drop videos. All that being said, I love the support. Keep watching the videos. Keep letting me know what's going on. I read every comment. And peace.